Hello everyone, welcome back to the main topic. My name is Vianney Verdon Maldonado and I am the host. Today we will be talking about the Tutoring Lab and our newly formed book club, Books and Banters, with Gracie Fendley.
So hi, like she said, my name is Gracie Fendley. I'm originally from Locust Fork, Alabama. I'm currently here at Wallace to get my general studies degree, just an associate's, and then I'm going to transfer to UAB this fall for a bachelor's in psychology and a minor in neuroscience, so I'm super excited for that. I currently work here at Wallace as an English tutor and also a psychology tutor, which is super fun, and I'm super excited to tell you guys about it.
So tell me how you decided to become a tutor at Wallace, or how did the whole process begin?
Yeah, so it's super funny. So my sister, actually, she's 3 years older than me. Her name's Abby. She was here at Wallace as a nursing student, and she got her nursing degree here. And she actually worked at the tutoring lab before I even started at Wallace. So I had come up to the tutoring lab with her a couple times while she was working there, and so I kind of already knew everyone. Or didn't know everyone, but I already kind of knew about the tutoring lab and kind of knew when I started college that I wanted to work there. Mm-hmm. And in high school, I took a lot of AP English classes, and I just really loved English, found that I'm good with writing it and helping other people with it. So it just kind of seemed natural for me to just kind of, when I started college here, to just kind of go ahead and work at the tutoring lab.
Nice. Mm-hmm. So for any, how does that work, the tutoring lab? Applying for a job there, mm-hmm. for anyone who's interested, could you tell us about it?
Yeah, absolutely. So typically they only they really hire at the beginning of the semester. It kind of depends, but so really you could just come up to the tutor lab, which we're on the 8th floor of the Bailey building, and you can just ask for an application, maybe talk to one of our coordinators. So at the tutoring lab, we have Miss Lisa Smith. She's our kind of director over the tutoring lab. She's also our ADA director. So she's in charge, and then below that we have our coordinators who are in charge of all of us tutors. So currently we have an English tutor, English coordinator, Jessica Robbins, and our science and math coordinator is Daniel Young. So typically if you're really interested in applying and having a job there, you can talk to one of them and just get a little bit more information about it, just to see if we have a position open.
Nice. So you've mentioned that tutoring lab's on the 8th floor, mm-hmm. and could you give us the phone number? Do you know that?
Absolutely. Give me just 1 second to make sure this is right. So the tutoring lab phone number is 256-352-7821. And I'm just going to say that again. It's 256-352-7821. And that phone number is available for pretty much any of the hours that we're open. There's usually somebody at our front desk at the tutoring lab who can mm-hmm. just answer that and answer any questions that you might have.
Could you tell us the times and the days that are the schedule?
So our schedule does change in the summer, but for the fall and spring, our schedules is from Monday to Thursday. We're open 8 to 6. And then on Fridays, we're open 8 to 2. And in the summer, it'll be, I believe, Monday and Tuesday, 8 to 6. Wednesday and Thursday, 8 to 4, and Friday, 8 to 2. Those I'm not too sure about because it is just our summer schedules.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you. Also, so how do you make appointments? Do you have to make appointments, or do you walk in? How does that work to get help?
So you can make an appointment, and you can also just walk in. So if you need to maybe just walk in, or maybe you just need a little bit of help and you don't necessarily want a long appointment, then you're more than welcome to just come up to the 8th floor whenever we're there, and you'll go up to the front desk and you will just sign in with your A number, and you can just let the person at the front desk know that you need help with maybe English 101, you're working on an essay. You just kind of go up to the front desk and just tell them that, and then we'll get you set up with a tutor. But also if you have a busy schedule, so maybe you only have an hour between classes that you're free, then you can go on Upswing to make an appointment, which is just kind of our online tutoring kind of course.
Yeah.
I guess not really course, but it's like our
System.
Thank you. So you can just log into Upswing with your A number and your ACCS password. And you can just kind of go through the steps there to make an appointment. You really just need to kind of pick a subject, and you can go through and choose a tutor that you want to meet with. You can also make an appointment at our front desk, and you can also call in to make an appointment if you want to. It just kind of depends on what you're more comfortable with.
All right. Okay. So how do you look up Upswing? Do you just look up like Wallace State Upswing?
Yeah, so what you can do is you can just look up Upswing, and then it'll give you an option to kind of look up the school that you're looking for. So you'll just choose Wallace State, and then it'll prompt you to sign in. And then from there, it'll take you to kind of your student kind of like home page, which will have like a lot of different options. So you can have where you can meet with a tutor. There's actually also like a writing lab on Upswing. So if you're working on an essay and you just kind of maybe need a quick reminder on how to do a thesis or something, then you can just kind of go to that writing lab, and it has like a bunch of different groups for different writing information and skills that you might need to kind of look at. And there's also a portion where I know a lot of our English classes require this to turn in your essay online, or like any written assignment online. You can do that from there also. And it's something that's really good, because also if you have online students, we're still able to help them, like if they're not able to come up to Wallace in person. So it's a really great tool to use, and I highly recommend it.
I remember having to use that for my English class, and it really helped. Okay. So do you have any like funny memories, something from the tutoring lab? That I know you worked there for like almost 2 years, right?
A year. So I started this last January. So January 2023. So honestly, there's so many good memories, because I love all of my coworkers. They're all just such great and amazing people. So smart, because like I said, I'm an English person, and so they'll be over there working on like biology or like chemistry or like calculus, and I'm just like, I know those are numbers, and that's all I know. As far as memory goes, like I said, there's just a lot of good memories, but we kind of have like a kind of annual kind of work Christmas party. And so we had our little Christmas party, and Miss Lisa, I absolutely love her. She's so great. She made like little hot chocolate and like little snacks, like homemade hot chocolate, and it was so good. And we had kind of like a painting day where we had like have you heard of like the it's called like Sips and Strokes? It's like that painting company thing.
So, but not. It's vague, very vague.
It's kind of like that. So she had someone come out, and she brought all these canvases and paints and everything and like supplied us with all the materials, and we painted these really, really cute like Christmas, like the little red Christmas barns and like the snowy scene, and like a red little Christmas truck too with like the little like Christmas lights and everything. And that was really fun, because so typically like on our days when we work, I only work with maybe like 4 to 5 different people a day out of maybe like the 15 different tutors we have. So I love the Christmas party, because it was like all of us were at the same place, and we were all cracking up and making jokes, and it was just so fun.
Well, that sounds like fun. Okay. So I know that you're also in the book club. How did you know?
So actually it was when you were putting up the flyers for it, and I saw it. And so like I said, like when I was younger, I always read books a lot, but kind of like my senior year, kind of going into college, I wasn't reading a lot, just because I got like super busy and work and everything got hectic. And I have been looking for like kind of a book club to join for a while, just because like I want to nerd out and talk about like all the drama going on in like the books I'm reading. So when I saw the book club, I got so excited, because I've tried like 2 different book clubs before, and it just hasn't really like kept going. So I was like super excited. So that's yeah.
So we've like started a new book club, and for anyone that's interested in joining, there are like flyers all over campus. You can scan the QR code, and it'll like send you to a Google Doc, and the person in charge of the forums will put you in a group chat, and that's basically it. We also have an Instagram, that the flyers are there if you want to join. So our Instagram is WSEC Book Club, and you can just follow us. And if you're not even in the book club, you just want to know what we're doing, we're going to be posting there a lot. So you went to the first meeting. What did you think?
So I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. So I was a little anxious going into this because I'm like, oh my goodness, these are going to be new people. I'm like, I don't know. Like, what if I'm just like weird and this doesn't work? So I got there and everyone was kind of already talking and laughing, and I almost like immediately jumped into conversations, and I felt so comfortable.
Yeah, it was so much fun. So I also was really anxious. I was like, oh my gosh, these people are going to be like so much like, I don't know, something. I was very anxious, but then we got there and we're literally like, so like we're the same people.
Yeah, we're so alike.
Like, we're literally in our we're with our people.
Yeah,
and it was so fun. So continue.
Yeah, so talking kind of about the tutoring lab and the book club. So at one point I was like reading this book and I was reading it at work, and I remember I did not like the book, but I was gonna read it and get through it. And so I was talking to my coworkers and I was like going on rants about it, and they were just like, okay, we get it, you don't like the book. And I'm like, no, y'all don't understand. So I love that, like, now I have this book club that I can go and like talk
to them.
Yeah.
We're like, we're gonna have a book of the month. Like every month we're gonna choose a book. But like in the first meeting, we didn't talk about the book. We talked about so many books. So like if you're interested in joining, we're not just like very strict about this whole thing. It's just like a community for you to like express your love for books. Like Gracie said, maybe some people like just don't have that same energy towards reading.
So for our book club, we're reading, is it like
It's Forging Silver into Stars.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you join the book club, there's like a section under the Google form that says, do you have any book recommendations? And from that, we put the book recommendations in like this little mug thing. And every month, we'll choose members to draw recommendations for that book month, and then we'll vote on them. So this past month, Eleonora and Emily were the people that were drawing like the book options, and our options were Forging Silver into Stars and Love and Luck. And then we put a poll in the group me. So if you're like, the only people that can vote for the book are the people in the book club. So they voted for Forging Silver into Stars. So that's how we choose our books. Our sponsor for the book club is Katie McGee. And if you ever want to know a little more about the book club, you can contact her at katie.mcgee@wallstate.edu. So do you want to tell us where the book clubs are held?
Yeah, so we meet at the library. We'll meet like once a month in person, and then outside of that, we'll do like Zoom calls every Tuesday.
Right.
But when we meet at the library, we meet at the 5th floor in room 201, I think it is.
It's room 504.
Oh, I was
it's okay.
This is why I'm an English tutor and not math, because I forget numbers.
Numbers, always. But talking about the virtual meetings, I totally forgot about that. But yes, every Tuesday we have virtual like Zoom meetings. It's on GroupMe. So we discuss our progress in the book. It's like an easier way to just like keep up with each other and like peer reading and like ranting and stuff like that. So we just discuss what we liked about the chapters we've read, what we don't like, what we think, the art, like the author's style of writing, everything you would have like thought of, we talk about that. So I think it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and it's also like even outside of meeting in person and the like online, like the Zoom meetings on GroupMe, they also like will text updates in the GroupMe on like, oh, I'm on chapter 12, and some of them have finished the book already. So it's like, please don't give us any spoilers.
Yeah. So we love like I feel like we've already built this community. Like they feel so comfortable enough to keep telling us what part of the book they're on. Okay, I'm just kidding. But it's funny the way they text, and I'm like, I'm like talking to my sister, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm texting the group chat." And she'd be like, "What group chat?" "The book club." So
there'll be times when I'll like be at work or I'll be at home or something, and my phone is just going off from the group.
Yeah,
which is so great because I love kind of like
just
talking, reading through it.
We love them. So the people that like text a lot, I've really gotten to know them, and it's just been great. I love it.
It's also a great way to like meet new people. Because like sometimes I have a hard time just like going up to someone and talking and making friends. So it's like if we're at this like book club meeting, we all have the same interest of like reading books, then it's like so easy to make friends and just to talk to everyone. And it's fantastic.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to stereotype readers, but like most of them are pretty introverted. So like we're all introverted, or some of them are. So if you just like want to go, I'm sure, like I'm telling you, you're going to be safe. Like you're going to love it.
You will be laughing.
Yes.
A lot. a lot of laughing.
Well, Gracie, thank you for joining me today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. I had a lot of fun.
Yes. So is there any last thoughts you want to say about Tutoring Lab or the book club?
Yeah. So for the Tutor Lab, it's something I really, really recommend because it's completely free. And I know it has like, even just working there and just kind of being able to go to my coworkers for help if I'm like in any of my coursework and I need help with it, it's such a great benefit, and it's completely free, and it's absolutely no judgment because all of us were kind of called like peer tutors. So we've taken those classes before. That's kind of one of the requirements for being a tutor, is you kind of have to take that class or an equivalent to it to be able to tutor in that subject. So we've been there, we've had that class, we've probably had that same teacher. So it's just something I highly recommend because it's just like, it's completely free and it's just a benefit for you to help you succeed in your class. So yeah, y'all just come up and join us.
Yeah. Go visit Gracie at the Tutoring Lab.
Yeah. Even if you just want to like come study, y'all can come study up there. I like it.
Nice.
I highly recommend.
This week, I have some advice from our success advisor, Susan Peak.
So my top 3 tips for being successful as a college student are, first of all, develop a relationship with your advisor as soon as possible. The more we know about you and the more we're keeping up with you semester by semester, the easier it is for us to be able to help you when the time arises. The second thing is reach out for help. We do not know that you need help unless you're asking us. So the sooner you reach out and say, I even think that there might be a problem, the more we are going to be able to offer you options. And the third thing is to manage and plan your time wisely. Get ahead, have a plan, know what you're going to do, how you're going to study, when you're going to study, where you're going to study. And all of those things will help you stay on track more than just kind of trying to keep up with it mentally.
If you're still listening, thank you so much. I have some announcements for you. Fine and Performing Arts scholarship auditions are February 9th and March 1st. Future Foundation scholarships are due March 8th. Minitone 2 starts March 6th. Priority registration for summer starts April 1st. Once again, thank you to our guest, Gracie Fendley. The Main Topic is hosted by me, Vianney Verdon Maldonado. Script editing is done by Eleanor Slusser. Graphic design and outreach management is done by Gracie Moody, and audio editing is done by Emily Delgado Darte. All episodes of The Main Topic are available at Wallace State, Spotify, and YouTube channel.